test this deck. It's really bad. Great.
All right, so I always like to be upfront with people when I have low expectations going into something. I have low expectations going into this. So Temur Reclamation is a deck that's been on the fringes of the format for a little while now. That being said, if you've been watching through, the last few matches we played have been against a bunch of Esper control. So, like, this deck is probably very good against Esper control. It's one of the reasons why it became popular. Now, for people that haven't been keeping up with the new set, there is an infinite combo with Ral the Storm Conduit, plus 2 copies of Expansion Explosion. So basically, while you have Ral in play, and you or your opponent cast a spell that can be expansion, you expansion a spell that's on the stack, and then you cast a second expansion targeting your first expansion, and you just expansion your expansion over and over again. And the way Ral works, every time you expansion your expansion, you deal 1 to your opponent. So it deals an unlimited amount of damage until your opponent dies. Admiral Vortex, thanks for doling out the very generous sub-gifties. I appreciate that. So let's go ahead and dive on in here. I think this deck does, like, okay against, like, the aggressive decks in the format, like white aggro and red aggro, where your Shivan Fires are okay. And it's decent against control. But I'd wonder, this deck's probably, like, really bad against Sultai, right?
Very bad. Awful.
It tears Esper apart. Yep.
Yeah, it crushes Esper. Any of the control.
Can't you use Ral's down tick to kick it off as well? No, well, you can't, Mazer Mouse, because you have to, in order to use Ral's down tick to kick it off, the first spell you cast to target with your expansion is the one that Ral's thing is going to trigger on.
What a tell you don't even have sleeves on, you peasant.
I forgot to put sleeves on. Oh no, we're going to get Ral pregnant.
You peasant.
Gotta use protection, chat. Gotta use protection. I choked on my dinner.
I'm gonna take your reclamation, but like whatever.
Gosh, we're so unlucky.
Yep.
Didn't draw the reclamation.
Yeah, it sucks. Nice. Nice. Okay, good news. Your deck probably sucks against you.
Especially get one.
That's terrible. Unplayable garbage. Draw a bajillion cards. This is where it's good when you're in no pressure. It's like, okay.
We don't have sleeves. Yep. We're not pay to win enough. We couldn't stack our deck. Sounds good, Admiral.
Hit it. Yep. Yep, and they've already been content, so...
And we're just, like, not jamming anything at this point. I think we're just supposed to, like, hang out and hit land drops, right?
I suppose it's worse against thought erasure.
Oh, Groove Bulldogs.
It's kind of bad. Sweet.
Whoa, they got a cast down.
This is really good against this Nib method, actually. It's really fantastic. Yawn.
Don't mind me, just going exploring. This is land number 8.
I mean, you can wait one turn. Does anything really matter anymore? Probably not.
I think we're heading in the direction of Choose Your Own Adventure book.
I don't think anything matters.
Hey, Hey, Desert Fox, thanks for the 2 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Any thoughts on aristocrats in the new set? Yeah, I think the aristocrat decks that we're gonna see with the new set are probably gonna look pretty different from what we saw in the previous sets. Just by the very nature of the cards they have access to now.
Seriously?
Enter the God Eternals was very good. I think I just let this resolve.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, look at Distraction. It means the Divisit's more likely to stick around, especially with the Sinister Sabotage.
Yeah, they've used 2 now, so the only thing you need to worry about is, like,
Oh, there's a floating shovel card. Sorry. Fix.
Nicol Bolas is the...
Oh no, Augur Bolas giving us the business. Yeah, Soren's gonna be good. Bantu's gonna be good. There are a ton of cards there. Oh!
Almost had it. I mean, this game's over.
And this is, some people earlier were talking about how they think Nexus of Fate's actually the problem card. It isn't. Wilderness Reclamation is the card that's offensive. This deck doesn't even play Nexus of Fate, and decks like this are going to keep Planeswalker decks from being too terribly popular, because decks like this are just going to dumpster them.
Don't forget to put a stop in here. Yeah. I don't want to lose some freak way. This is the worst part about this game. It's very, very taxing.
Probably another Ralclamation. You want some other kind of threat there. I might even just pass here, actually.
I probably would.
I think I just pass and, like, wait to have Niv.
Yeah, sure. Alright, your turn. Sick negate, though.
Sick negate, yep. I should have opted.
Doesn't matter.
I'm down to 12, Matthew. The clock is ticking.
You're right. You know what? That's a valid concern. Yes. Absolutely. Yeah, they're dead this turn if you do this. Because you can expansion their freaking blue. Nice. Cool deck. What are they gonna do? They let that go. Stop.
I guess if they have a removal spell here, this is bad.
It's
Oh, look at the animation when it can't be countered.
Yeah.
There's a sweet can't be countered animation. These aren't War of the Spark cards. T-Face, thanks for keeping me around. I appreciate it. Welcome back.
They have what? They already threw 2.
Contempt. Yeah, they could have a Bedevil or something.
Sure.
Oh
Good one.
no! Oh no, not a sweet new magic card.
You got it here or what? Alright, we're doing it. Fun game. The lands always move on you. It's a tilt and a half.
We dropped under 2,000 viewers for the first time today.
It's because you're playing Wilderness Reclamation.
Wilderness Reclamation.
I see the correlation direct.
So I have 10 mana altogether. So I want to leave.
You need to leave 3.
I want to leave 5 up so I can do this plus this.
Yeah, the game's over.
I only do this for 10, right?
I say, are you aware how Niv Mizzet works with this card? Click them twice. Don't be a coward.
No, I have to draw. So if it works.
Oh right, that's too bad. It's unfortunate here. Oh jeez, got him.
Oh no, chat! Chat, they have our kryptonite. They have a counter spell. Oh no! Joke's on you.
Jeez, how could you win from here? Wow.
Hey, T-Face. Let's get a sword to go with that shield. Get that fixed. Thanks for keeping me around.
Man.
Get to board in these classy creatures.
I don't.
I probably want to leave a couple of these in to deal with
You need the bird to kill the
Thief of Sanity.
Yeah.
It's a negate matchup.
Crushing Canopy might be good because they might have the other Nicol Bolas and the bird. The thief. It's probably better than Ral's Outburst.
You want me to cut my Rals?
No,
No,
the
sir.
Outburst.
Oh, the Outburst. So this kills Thief.
Yeah, but Crushing Canopy does too. That's terrible.
You will pry my Outburst from my cold dead hand,
God,
sir.
that's bad. Because you want to leave the kick one for... You're not capable of putting this deck. Sick. Have it again.
Look at how good we are at
Why
this.
wouldn't you?
I do feel like I'm doing a service to the community by playing this deck, because people are like playing their sweet Planeswalker deck, and I'm like, nah, brah, here's my Wilderness Reclamation.
Exactly.
Wow.
What a tilt.
Unlucky.
What a freaking tilt.
Well, they took the non-foil card at least. We got that going for us.
Yeah, your hand does look much better. What is that? Oh, that's the one you put 2 cards back in your hand. This card's good.
Weird.
It's good. Yep, keep it.
You'd keep it?
Yeah, you don't have an answer to a thief, and if the thief comes in, you're dead. The rest of your hand is fine. Like you just the game's over.
I want to make sure I ramp, Matthew.
Yeah, 10-4.
Ramp it up.
Please play Thief of Sanity right now. Oh god, I am the smartest man in the face there. Get me out of here.
This is why we keep Matthew around, okay?
I'm the smartest.
Otherwise I just died of Thieves of Sanity. Would you believe that they added a foil for Dragon Skull Summit and Hinterland Harbors to Theus?
Terrible. Okay, your turn. Yep, that was it. That's it. The whole game plan's gone now. Sure. Okay, dude. You know.
I'm kind of in trouble, Matthew.
Yeah, really.
That kills my Niv.
Yep, it certainly does.
Will be paid by
Nice.
without limit.
Hard game. What is this shit? How, can you kill this thing if you put a stop here? So 2. Yeah, you can kill it.
No, it's only.
Oh, you're one.
No, it's only 4, right?
One short.
I think I still do it, right?
You shoot it for 4?
Yeah, I think so. Because it means it can't kill the Niv the following turn.
I mean, yeah.
And I like want a bunch of extra cards,
Sure.
so that way I can like have extra things to discard here.
Hey, man, whatever you want.
They need, if they don't have an Ugin next turn, we should be in a good spot. Because they don't have an Ugin, I'm gonna get to Niv, untap, do stuff. How are those spells? Are those spells good?
You know, it'd be really bad if we got hit with Thief of Sanity last turn. They took all these cards. Yeah, that one was
I
tough.
have a plan.
That was tough.
You have no weakness I cannot
Jeez.
exploit.
Can you win? Stripping him completely butt naked here, but guess what? None of it matters.
Our hand has plenty of Niv Visit. You're not wrong.
Great.
And I assume this is dead. But like that's fine.
Dead. Their game's over. What? Excuse me? Okay.
You guys do this for 3, right?
To shoot the... For 3...
Because that leaves me. That leaves me the other expansion up.
Does it? I
Yeah.
think I counted.
So it's 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7, right? Does it?
No, it's 1 short, I believe.
Yeah, it's 1 short. So I want to do 6.
Yeah, you can only do it for 2.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, it gets it off the table when you draw 2 cards. It seems great. Seems fantastic. 3 cards actually. I don't know why we ever let that happen. I don't know why we ever let that happen. Sweet.
My schemes have been foiled.
My schemes have been foiled. Yes, they have, Nicol Bolas. Yes, yes, they have. This is the foil to all of your schemes. A card that has 0 flavor for the set, and it's just this random guildless card. Oh no, not Liliana. Could you imagine if they were playing Ugin instead? People kept asking us earlier why we were playing Ugin, why we weren't playing this instead of Ugin. It just
Any card instead of this? Okay, that's totally
I think I'm just passing here.
fine. Sure. Discard you?
Any standout favorites from today? The Memekin Rail Storm Conduit deck was really good. So, to be fair, the person who submitted this deck asked me to put together a Rail Storm Conduit combo deck, and this just seemed like the most natural shell to slot it into.
I'll take the
Putrid, but effective.
card doesn't do anything.
And to be fair, I mean, this card, it's okay. This card was really good in the first deck we played this. So the person that wanted to see this deck probably wouldn't mind the Steamkin deck that we started off with.
Sorry, I meant Liliana does nothing. Liliana's just actually do nothing here. Game's over.
Yeah, I can actually, so I could do this to bait a counterspell, and if this doesn't bait the counterspell, this is gonna copy our explosion.
Yep. Just have it all.
Codes are currently down on Arena.
Oh boy.
Am I playing around another counterspell?
Just play the Murray Mystic.
Really? Why? Oh, this thing. Wait, why is this? Wasn't this at 8 a second ago? Or 9 a second ago? No? I'm dumb. Yeah. Yep. That's fine. That's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So this is for 15.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
this was
mercy.
unpleasant.
This was unpleasant. What an apt summary of playing against our deck. This was unpleasant.
Island in there somewhere. There's like another Murray Mystic. It doesn't matter. More lands. Here, you pick 7 cards.
How'd Artifact Friends go? Better than expected.
Sweet.
I actually didn't draw another expansion explosion, huh? Am I through most of those? 1, 2, 3.
Oh no. How can we beat this one?
Yeah. WotC's ballooning the numbers a little bit, to be fair, but yeah, we have a lot of good natural viewers too.
You're not gonna like this.
You killed him for 21. Nicely done. It's not okay.
Most of what Matthew is saying is quiet laughter in the background.
Yes. Can you buy Matt his own mic? If you donate $500, we can get a second microphone.
No, we haven't comboed off yet. We're probably not ever going to combo off. This combo's not good. These cards just happen to individually be okay. Like Ral, that last game, Ral was fine there, but like ultimately that game was probably locked up anyway. So like Ral could have just been any spell with a text box. Looking for lands. It's a good draw. It's a land that doesn't hurt me. Mr. Happy Fun Time, thanks for the Prime support. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a fantastic Thursday.
Although, it doesn't really matter at this point. You're gonna combo kill him in 2 turns.
Yeah, the actual combo in this deck is Reclamation plus Div.
Jeez.
Hey, Insert Wit, thanks for the 4 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Think we're gonna be on and off of this one pretty quick. We'll probably be heading in the direction of the party bus here soon.
Stupid.
All right, I did 4 to myself to help out this mono red player. Let's see if they can close it out. It's possible I should have expansion that back at this.
I thought about that.
It's not super resource efficient though.
Sweet. You get to kick that when you want to.
I think I just play this tapped and then explosion to kill this.
You can kick the fiery cannonade. You can fiery cannonade and you can
Expansion? I mean, no, it doesn't do anything. This is the pirate.
Oh, the pirate. It's gonna draw you. Plus, you just stick nib, so they can't kill him. Yeah, I can see that.
You have to draw 5 here, right?
Yeah.
Have a good one, Wizard. Catch you around this weekend, hopefully. I'll be live noon to 8 tomorrow and Saturday as well. And like, next turn I get to like go land Niv and then have Chemist and then Sinister Sabotage up. And Fiery Cannonade kills Goblin Chain Whirler with Niv in play.
Everything's dead. Jeez.
So you could draw Growth Spile and Ramp into Niv. Maybe, I think that's narrow, Camponi. I think drawing 1 less card with the hope of drawing 1 specific card in 2 draws is kind of narrow. And like from the position we're in, it's like not entirely necessary to like win the game.
You're just a faster deck than the others.
So I could have waited till their turn for Cannonade, but then that allows things like Lightning Strike to kill my Niv Mizzet, which is not something that I really want to give them the ability to do. Yeah, Diagonal Goblin's a pirate. In fact, I don't think Cannonade's very good in this matchup.
No.
Outburst is slow. This is probably just not good enough.
It's probably worse than Mystic is.
It's like a 1/5.
It just makes a million things, but if you have too much, it doesn't matter.
I feel like I'm okay
Sabotage
here.
is not awesome. It's fun, but not awesome.
Maybe Negate's better.
Oh yeah, definitely. like a mistake you make once. Fire cannon to fight the monkey, and you're like,
Yeah, Fire Cannon's like this really awkward sweeper in a way, because it's like, incidentally, just like, things get missed.
oh, God. It's not real. What a waste of money. I'm going to ban this person.
I'm going to ban this
I have
person.
my phone and it has 20% battery left.
Morning King.
Lucky, you'd be lucky if I don't find you.
Oh, he's got a sword. You can't fight him.
Yeah, right. You want to bet? I'll log in your account right now.
Mono Red figuring out their Temur Reclamation plan.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how they just have to be faster. It's hard, but they just have to try and be faster.
And I have, we have fires and coils to like slow them down a little bit.
Yep.
Some of these decks have, I don't think we saw green lands out of them, right? Some of the red decks were sideboarding Cinder Vines.
Yep.
Because the matchup's a little bit hard for them.
God, what is it like?
This hand, like, needs a cheap interaction spell, but, like, it's, like, really good if we get, like, Spiral or, like, Lava Coil or Shiv and Fire.
Yeah.
No, you're not missing anything, Reaper. You don't get any additional discount or bonus for buying the 90 versus the 45. And no one drop is also good for us. Although if they have, like, 2-1 into Chain Whirler. I know, this ugly Hinterland Harbor is just the most brutal.
Rough.
Yeah, I know, Philly. We've had a couple of longer decks today. This is going to be a shorter one. I got 4 Ugins.
It's a rare, right?
Yeah, I think so. Alright, 1 Lava Coil, please.
No kidding.
So what are our purposes? We're under like Lava Coil.
That's pretty solid.
That's very reasonable.
You're gonna hit a
Ramp
spell.
it up. That means next turn I get to go Reclamation into tapped land, Chemister's Insight, and then the following turn hopefully Niv Mizzet and take over the game. Yeah, it's a little weird that they didn't.
Last turn.
I guess they wanted to light up the stage, so they wanted to have their mana to do that. So we're going to 11 here. They have 3 cards left in their hand. If they have like more cards that draw cards, like Frenzy or Light the Stage, we're gonna be in a medium spot.
That's a nice one.
That guarantees our land for Niv Mizzet next turn. So basically, like the question is, do we get a next turn?
You might have to wait on this insight actually. Like play it and then insight the same turn.
Nah, the Insight will draw me stuff.
Now you can do it and try and find a
Shiv and Fire. I think I'll let them draw cards.
Yeah, I think so. God, that sucks. Yeah. Wow, they didn't have a 2 either. A 2 burn spell.
Our opponent is exactly how I like my mono red players. Incredibly unlucky. Yikes! And by that I mean we're dead anyways. What's going on, New Genesis? Sean Bruno, thanks for the 9 months. Welcome back.
I probably cannon it in because I'm
Nah.
averse. Dying.
Drawing cards is bad when they have Steam Can Help. That's why risk factor's good, Trumpet. All of the choices are bad for you. At least letting them draw cards gives them a chance to be incredibly unlucky.
I'm also rooting for the opponent. They probably have no new cards except for maybe their basic lands.
Except for their basic lands.
If you'd like to win your first standard tournament with this set legal, play mono red or mono white. Literally the answer.
You don't beat mono red, they beat themselves. I don't know if that's strictly true to a degree. I think there's a lot of good tools to be competitive against mono red in this format, between Moment of Craving and like Enter the God Eternals is a new one that's very, very good.
Yeah.
You missed old school Punisher cards, you mean unplayable Punisher cards?
Miss Browbeat? We gotta upgrade.
Dragon Tamer, thank you for the half a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a fantastic Thursday. What decks have we played today? Blue-Black, Artifact Friends, Blue-Red, Steam Kin Aggro, and something else. Oh, a lot of Grixis, a whole bunch of Grixis Control. Sir, this hand is great.
I hate you.
This hand is
I
great.
can't stand you.
I'm going to draw Chemist's Insight. It's going to be wonderful.
I cannot stand
Yep,
you.
yeah, 4 Nicol Bolas. Ugin is also very good. Ugin was great in the Blue-Black Friends deck we played as well.
4 to 5 cards. You win.
Sir, I could fail to draw spells. I did technically keep a 5-finder over
Yeah,
here.
I've been onto the stream before. That is a possibility.
How long are we going for today? Long, long time.
Wow.
I'm planning to run for at least 3 more hours. It's going to depend on how I'm feeling and what the viewer count looks like at the end of those.
Sick.
How did Grixis go? I think Grixis Firm Control is probably still not very good. But I think Nick is very powerful and might help push like Grixis mid-range over the top, for instance. What's and more? Look at the deck queue. I ran out of characters when we started listing decks this morning.
Yep.
I think I'm just gonna do this for 2. Is it worth killing a monkey? Yeah, I think so. It makes their spectacle cards much worse. Saves us damage in the long run.
Big fan.
Well, you can buy 45 and see what you open, and then buy 45 more. You don't save any money buying 90 versus 45. You don't get any extra bonus. Alright, well, definitely doing it for 2.
Yeah.
I choose you, Pikachu.
Sweet.
Ding, ding. If I would have done this first, I could have cast off too. Probably want to find a reclamation here before I do this.
How about that one?
Or that one. Yeah, that one will. That'll do, pig!
Yes, that's good. Perfect. And concede.
The code thing for Arena is currently not working.
How is that real? I need to know. Great deck, undefeated.
I'm gonna be done with this. The original submission for this was supposed to be a Ral Storm Conduit deck, and he's just kind of an afterthought in here as opposed to the primary game plan. But honestly, I think decks that are going to try and focus on the Ral plus the expansion combo as their primary game plan are probably just going to be very bad in this format. You kind of need it to be a secondary as opposed to the main thing you want to be doing, because there's just too many moving parts in that to have that be the only thing that you want to have going on.
I never drew an outburst either.
The things past that is this deck's just the obnoxious Temur Reclamation deck from last season that's not very interesting to play and probably isn't very interesting to watch for most people. So I'm gonna go ahead and move along. Let's get the party bus loaded up and add a couple more deck names to the stream title. We're gonna play a few more things here before we're done today.